Welcome back to the channel. I'm a Christian mental health counselor, and today we re-exploring how the story of Elizabeth in Scripture speaks directly to our emotional and mental well-being. If you've ever felt overlooked, delayed, or just plain discouraged, this message is absolutely for you. We begin in Luke chapter 1, where we meet Elizabeth, a woman described as righteous and faithful, yet carrying deep disappointment. Scripture tells us she was unable to conceive and was well along in years. Even though the Bible doesn't detail her specific emotions, we can imagine the heavy weight she carried, the grief of unfulfilled expectations, the silent pain of comparison, the loneliness of long waiting, and the fear that maybe God had simply forgotten her. These are incredibly real emotional experiences that many of us face today, even without the same circumstances. The scripture in Luke 1-7 is stark. But they had no child, because Elizabeth was barren, and both were advanced in years. Now, let's look at this through a mental health lens. As a counselor, I see firsthand how prolonged waiting affects us. Waiting can trigger anxiety, lead to depression, fuel self-doubt and shame, and create a painful sense of spiritual disconnection. Elizabeth's story reminds us of something crucial. Faith does not and will not erase emotional struggle. You can be deeply faithful and still feel discouraged. You can love God fiercely and still wrestle with mental health challenges. Scripture never shames Elizabeth for her emotional reality, and God doesn't shame you either. But something truly powerful happens in Luke 1:13. The angel tells Zechariah, "Do not be afraid. Your prayer has been heard." This is the profound moment we learn that God had been listening the entire time. From a mental health perspective, this teaches us, your feelings are valid. Your prayers are not ignored, even if the answer is delayed. Your waiting is never wasted. And perhaps most importantly, your story is still unfolding. Elizabeth's eventual breakthrough didn't erase her years of pain, but it absolutely reframed them, giving them purpose and meaning. So, what are the practical mental health takeaways from Elizabeth's life? She gives us a powerful framework for emotional resilience. First, acknowledge your emotions. Elizabeth didn't pretend everything was fine. You don't have to either. Honesty is the first step toward healing. Second, stay connected to your community. She had Zechariah, her husband, and later her cousin Mary arrived. Isolation only intensifies emotional pain. Third, hold space for both faith and feelings. You can trust God completely and still seek out therapy, support groups, and healthy coping tools. They are not mutually exclusive. Fourth, celebrate small signs of hope. Elizabeth rejoiced immediately when Mary visited her, even before John was officially born. Look for the glimmers of light around you. And fifth, remember that God works in silence. Just because you don't see physical movement or immediate change, doesn't mean God isn't actively working things out behind the scenes. Maybe you are in a deep season of waiting right now, just like Elizabeth was. Waiting for healing, waiting for clarity, waiting for fundamental change. Please understand this. Your mental health matters deeply to God. Your emotions matter to God. And your story is not over. Thank you so much for watching today. If this message encouraged you, please hit that subscribe button right now for more faith-based mental health content every week. Also, drop a comment below and tell me what part of Elizabeth's story resonates with you today. Remember always, God sees you, God hears you, and God is absolutely with you in the waiting. I'll see you next time.